Oh, how is everybody doing today? Are you guys okay? You guys doing good? Everybody, this is sad. This is sad. I hear these stories every day, every time, especially in Texas, right? When it's hot in the summer and people are going to work, they lock their kid in the car and then something horrible happens. We already know, we see it on the news every time. I don't want to say it on here, but something horrible, very horrible happens. And then the parent is arrested, and every time I see it, it just breaks my heart. Because I remember when my daughter was young, like 2, 3, 4 years old, like that their car, the time that they still have their car seats, she sits in the car, and sometimes they park right in front of Walgreens, right? And I have to run in and run back out. I remember one day, she's in the car and I'm looking at her and she's looking at me. And I'm trying to run into what, and I'm looking at her. I'm supposed to run into like a stall where like I can still see the car and come out. But my mind kept saying, take her, take her. So I went back and I took her. And after that, I never, like, maybe once or twice before, I'd already like left her in the car, just quickly run in and run out. But I've never ever, because I always wonder, how do parents do it? Like you leave your kid in the car for more than 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes? No. I remember one time I was in the line at Walgreens. Then my daughter was about 3.5 years old, and there was a line. So I told the lady that was behind me, the person, I can't remember if it was a lady or a guy, my daughter is 16 now, that was behind me. I'm like, I'll be right back. So I went outside and stood by the door and was watching my car. Car on, AC on, and it wasn't even like summer, like hot. Like summertime when it's hot, no, I'm taking my kid out of the car. Even then, I stood outside and I was looking inside. And then when it was my turn, I quickly ran back and I'm like, thank you. He ran and I went back into the car. But left my kid in the car like no more than twice. The third time, that was the story I'm telling you guys. I took her, and then after that, I never, like, I don't care if it was quick or not. So when I hear the stories of, like, horrific stories of parents, I know things happen. People don't have babysitters. They don't have daycare money. They don't have money to pay for daycare. They don't have people to leave their kid for. I understand how that feels. I've been in Austin, Texas I moved to Austin, Texas, 2015. Okay, exactly 10 years now. I grew up in Chicago, have a lot of friends in Chicago, but Austin is a bit hard. I know people, okay? I have people that I can say they are friends, but are they close friends, best friend? No. So sometimes it might be hard for someone to make friends. They just go to work, come back, go to work, come back. Because this is a sad, sad situation. Because it says a US-based Nigerian mother charged with murder after 9-year-old daughter dies in a hot car. A US Nigerian-based mother left her 9-year-old in the car, and the 9-year-old ended up dying. And now she's charged with murder. It don't matter if it's a Nigerian or not a Nigerian, right? This happens a lot. For me, it happens too much in America. Too much. Especially summertime. I'm like, you know it's hot. Every time I get in Texas, every time I get out of the house, get in the car, get outside, summertime, it's starting to get nice now. It's almost November, end of October. It's starting to get a little bit nicer now. Even my body, I'm always like, ooh, it's so hot. Oh my God. I want to go in, come in. Go out, come in. I don't want to stay outside. So I don't even want to be out when it's hot. So imagine leaving your kid in the car. And you said the AC was on. Or, oh, like in that case, I'm going to read this to you guys because this is sad. She left fan. That means there was no AC in her car. She said she usually, and she said this is not the first time she's doing this. She usually leaves her with food, fan, and a 9-year-old. You can leave a 9-year-old. And she never went back to check on this 9-year-old. She never went back. She went to work, left her kid in the car at work, and she never went back. Like, don't you, 9 hours work. You don't take lunch? At some point you took lunch. You just wasn't working. I know work jobs here, at some point you have to take lunch. You have to go to lunch. Like when you decide to go for lunch, you didn't think, ding, 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 my daughter is in the car, let me go check on her. Like, please, parents, stop leaving your kid in the car. Stop leaving your kid anywhere that is not in your house, that is not home. She could have left this kid in her home. She could have left this 9-year-old. Like when my daughter was 9, my daughter, very smart. Didn't leave her, never left her at home when she was 9. But I'm saying, I remember when my daughter was 9 years old. She's 16 now. Very smart. If I wanted to leave her at home then and sit her down and explain to her, mommy is going to work. Before I finish, she'll be like, Mama, I know. I'm going to heat that food up in the microwave when I'm hungry. I'm going to do this, do this, do this, do this. A 9-year-old, they know most of the stuff to do already. I kid you not. All you need to do is just tell them what to do. Don't make them cook on the stove. Cook down, do everything that I tell them. Hey, when you're hungry, heat it up in the microwave. When you're doing this, do that. Stay in your room or stay in the living room. Don't touch this, don't do this. And they listen. They know what's going on in the world already at night. You know what I'm saying? She could have left this daughter. She could have left her daughter at home and tell her what to do and check up on her every now and then. Give her, there are so many cheap phones. When you meet cheap phones, so many cheap phones that you can always just use to quickly call. Hey, are you okay? Okay, bye. But she took, and this is not the first time, this is not the second time. No Nigerian, forget a Nigerian American, an American, a Nigerian mother, a mother, forget about if it's Nigerian or not, a mother left her daughter in the car because she didn't have a babysitter. Let me read this for you guys. It's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking and sad. It says, a US-based Nigerian mother charged with murder after 9-year-old daughter dies in hot car. A 36-year-old mother, Gbemisola, she's Yoruba, Akayinode, has been charged with murder following the death of her 9-year-old daughter, Oluwasikemi, who was left in a parked car for more than 8 hours on a sweltering day in Texas. It's Texas too. I didn't even know. See, Texas is hot. She was left for more than 8 hours on a sweltering. That means, yeah, you leave a kid even for like 30 an hour, no AC, no nothing. For 30 minutes to an hour, no AC, no nothing. That kid probably was like far gone. Can you imagine? I'm just sad. Like, you know, there are some kids that will break down the window on a sweltering day in Texas. According to Harris County, oh, this is Houston, actually, Houston, Texas. According to Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, Oluwasikemi's death was ruled a homicide caused by hypothermia, heat stroke. Can you guys imagine what that 9-year-old girl went through before she passed? The pain, the sweating, the why am I in here? The fear that she went through. I'm sorry, mother. Sometimes we have to do better. I'm not going to judge, but I just feel like sometimes we have to do better. This breaks my heart. The tragic incident occurred on July 1st in Galena Park near Houston. I knew it. Court documents revealed that Akayinode arrived at her workplace, a manufacturing plant, around 5:45 a.m., leaving her daughter in the back seat with food, water, ice cubes. Ice cubes for what? For her to be patting herself? Oh my God. Ice cubes, a rechargeable fan, and melatonin to help her sleep. So she was just, if you sleep, you won't feel the heat, you won't feel anything. And now she died of hypothermia. Heat stroke. It don't matter how much you sleep, you're going to feel that Texas heat. She reportedly lowered the rear windows halfway before heading inside to work. Akanyi, they told investigators she didn't check on her daughter until 1:53 p.m. when she discovered Oluwasekemi unresponsive and blue. She screamed for help, but it was too late. The mother allegedly said she often brought her daughter to work because she couldn't afford daycare. However, investigators found that her foreman had been covering her daycare expenses, contradicting her claim. Do you hear that? She didn't want to pay for daycare expenses. So I think she's probably taking the money from her foreman and still bringing her daughter to... This is one thing. Let me tell you guys this thing. This is one thing I don't like about Africans. I'm not even going to say Africans, Nigerians. I said I'm going to talk about this thing one day. Nigerians, this is the kind of woman now. She will work night and day, save up all her money, and go build mansion in Nigeria. I see this thing happen quite often, and it pisses me off. I'm sorry, it pisses me off. They will live hand to mouth. She will work night and day, and you will see their children looking wretched. I see it a lot here in America. You will see their children looking wretched. They will have good jobs, well-paid jobs, and they'll be living wretchedly. They'll be living like paupers in America, be living in the worst neighborhoods. You'll see 5, 6 people living in a 2-bedroom apartment in the worst neighborhood with good jobs. Because they're saving up everything and sending all that money to Nigeria to build a mansion that they only go to Nigeria. Some of them don't even go to Nigeria every year. Not even once a year. And some of them go to Nigeria once a year. And that mansion that they build, or even the house or the lifestyle that they're trying to build in Nigeria, is their family members that is enjoying it. Their kids don't get to enjoy it here. Even them themselves don't get to enjoy it here. And they save every penny, they scared to even feed themselves here. I've seen people here. And every time I always preach it to them. Where you live is where it should be, wherever you live is where you should prioritize before anywhere else, especially when you have kids. Give your kids the best life that they can live. Because most times, these kids that are born here are not going to go to Nigeria. What do you work for? When you have children, that's what you work for most of the time, for yourself and those children. To give them a better life. To give them a great life. To give them, even not a good life. You work for yourself and your children, especially for your children. You live for your children. I live for my child. I live for myself and my child. But I will always make sure my angel have a great life. How often do I go to Nigeria? So why will I go establish my whole life, my hard work, my hard-earned money here, and go establish it almost all in Nigeria, and I'm here looking haggard? Why will I want to do that? A lot of, I'm not going to say Africans, I'm just going to speak from my experience. A lot of Nigerians do this. A lot of Nigerians do this. You look at them like, oh my God. But when they tell you the job that they have, and then you start asking them why. I have 3 houses, 4 houses in Nigeria. And then I ask them, how often do you go to Nigeria? Oh, I went last year. Are you going this year? No. So who's living there? Oh, my mom or my brother or my sister or my this or my dad lives there. I'm building another house right now. It's like bragging rights. But then they're complaining about how their neighborhood is horrible, how their kids' school. They don't teach them nothing. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you have a good job, take them to private school. Why would I want to pay that kind of money on private school? But you can go build mansions that your family, that you don't get to enjoy. Your kids don't get to live that kind of lifestyle, but your family live that lifestyle in Nigeria. You see that? Now, they said a farmer, she has a farmer that pays for the daycare. But I can bet you now, when they give her that money, she saves it. If you trace this lady back now, she probably has a house or 2 in Nigeria. Why she's complaining she ain't got no money in America. She's working hard. And look, you sacrifice your daughter now for this. I'm sorry, but this is sad. Especially after finding out now that she had money to pay for daycare. Somebody was paying for the daycare, was probably giving her the money. Because if the daycare was being paid directly, she probably would be taking her daughter there. But I think what happens here is that they give her the money to pay for the daycare, but she keeps it and she says, come on, let's go. A lot of Nigerians, they do this thing. And it annoys me and it pisses me off. She's going to serve the rest of her life in prison because she had no excuse bringing her kid to work. You do it once or twice. You do it once, God forgives you. You do it the second time, God forgives you. The third time, God says, no. You don't deserve this kid. I'm taking her back. And that was what happened here. She screamed for help, but it was too late. The mother allegedly said she often brought her daughter to work because she couldn't afford daycare. However, investigators found out that her foreman had been covering her daycare expenses, contradicting her claim. Authorities waited for autopsy results before filing charges, which were confirmed last week. Akanyinode is scheduled to appear in court on Monday. According to kidsandcars.org, a U.S. non-profit tracking vehicular hit deaths, at least 30 children have died in hot cars this year alone, and over 1,160 since 1990. You see, greed. I call this greed. This is greed, and I hope she rots in prison. I'm sorry, because I see a lot of Nigerians do this. Even some Americans. The Americans that do this, when you trace it back, you will know that they really did have the financial means to take their kids to daycare. But when Nigerians do this, I always say, I remember the first time I said that, I'm like, who will figure it out? A Nigerian that has a full-time job, she did not have money for daycare. I'm like, no, she didn't want to pay for daycare. She's calculated it. Do you know what I can use this money for in Nigeria? Pay for daycare. When she adds it up, how much it is. When she adds it up in a month, she's like, God forbid. She will go with me to daycare. She will know what to do in the car. God says, one too many times, you don't deserve this kid. What do you guys think? I'm going to leave it here. You guys, let me know what your opinion is. Do you agree with me, or you have your own opinion about this? I'm not judging her, but no, what she did was wrong. She had the financial means to put her daughter in daycare, but she chose to keep that money and kill her child. She killed her child. And may she rot in hell and prison. When they lock her up, may they throw that kid away, because she was the one that was making decisions for that little kid, for that 9-year-old. That 9-year-old, if they were to ask her, make your own decision, she's going to say, I don't want to stay in the car. So what do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comment section and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, because this is Naomi Speaks Her Mind TV channel. Subscribe, like, and share this video. Like and share and leave your comment. Leave your opinions. I would like to know what you guys think too. Subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I didn't stop. Bye, y'all.